Sports. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Allie LaForce courtside. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for the last handful of seasons for LeBron James.
And it's not the kind of trend he wanted to see, but that's what happens over the course of almost any career. Coaches around the league have learned all your tendencies, and let's face it, playing for as long as he has takes a toll on the body.
Looking at the starting five for the Boston Celtics. At the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. Derek White out there with Anthony Simons. And it's Keita in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Lakers, Hachimura at power forward with Ayton at center. Luka Doncic is out there with Edwards. And again for three.
Defenses around the NBA have to deal with his three-point marksmanship. And he's already proven in his rookie year there's very little you can do to slow him down.
It's been a lot of fun to watch him expand his skills this season. And lo and behold, he now holds the fourth spot all-time for three-pointers in a rookie campaign. And you got to give it up for MP, securing his first All-Star selection. What a moment for this young man's career.
Yeah, what a moment indeed. One he'll never forget. Now, I know MP fans think this is just the first of many to come, but I hope MP savors this moment. He's earned it.
All right, Richard, All-Star Weekend is in the rearview mirror now. Some new roads ahead for some teams, though.
Yeah, there are definitely some teams out there that have a very different outlook right now. It's an exciting time of year to be a fan, though.
Outside Edwards. Brown against James. Goes up from the top of the key. Here's Ayton. And Ayton with the stuff.
Assertive basketball. Ayton getting after it on the offensive glass, using his size to his advantage.
Simons deciding where to go with it. Pass to Tatum. Just 5 on the clock. Here's White. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got 3 assists in the game.
And I love their energy so far. They're now 4 for 4 from the field.
Hachimura with a screen on White. Kicks it to Doncic. Shoots over Simons. Again, Los Angeles.
And I love Doncic's shot selection. So smart at knowing when to shoot it.
White with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Tatum can't hit.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
And Edwards slams it in.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
White for 3. And Ayton pulls it down. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Here's Edwards. And Ayton with the stuff.
With his length, Ayton can easily get to the rim. In fact, he almost makes it look too easy.
Well, Grant, the Lakers captured the 3 seed last season, but only the 8th best point differential in the West. What does that tell you?
It tells me that they overachieved in the regular season. But a team this star-studded has postseason aspirations as well. That's where they'll look to improve. The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. We talked about his approach in guarding Jason Tatum. He said, we want to crowd Tatum right from the jump and prevent him from getting into an early rhythm, especially from deep. Because when his three-point shot is falling, it opens up the rest of his game. Guys?
And Allie, thank you for that. And James gets it to go.
And adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked up during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Shireman checked in for Simon. Nice ball movement by Boston. Outside, Brown. Again, the miss by Boston. Now Los Angeles with it. They're on a 19-7 run. And slam dunk by James.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, they're in control on both ends of the court, and it's always impressive when you build a double-digit lead in the first quarter.
There's Tatum with the 3. And Ayton pulls it down.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of a slump.
Hachimura, the pass to James. And he finishes. That makes it 4 out of 5.
Really taking charge of the game. largely with a detailed interior attack.
Yeah, they haven't appeared in a rush at all. They are just playing to their strengths and building this lead out well.
Hachimura against Tatum. From the arc. Again, the miss by Boston.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Here's MP. Oh, he gets it to go. So far, he can't miss. He's 4 for 4.
Oh, my. Powering through the contact. MP just went to work on them in the paint.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Lakers.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
Hachimura at power forward with Ayton at center. Edwards out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Laravia in at the 3, small forward. That's the Laker 5.
I like how Ayton makes himself a big target on these alley-oops. Just a quality finish.
Boucher outside. Simons outside. Off the mark there with a 3.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
MP, the pass to Laravia. Edwards looking for an opening. Free throw line jumper. Rebounded by the Celtics.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
White, good.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Pass to Doncic. And out of bounds, the Celtics will take it.
Okay, time to take a breath, fellas. Plays like that should not happen.
Austin Reeves is checked in for Laravia. The Celtics also with a sub. Garza is checked in. And with Jaylen Brown on the wing, he feels like any given night he has the advantage in his matchup.
He's either too fast for the big guys or too strong for the small guys. That's the problem. He is a handful on both ends of the floor also.
With nobody on him, he buries that jumper. Doncic has got 14 points.
And their offense tonight is Luka, and more Luka. When he's on, it's an opponent's worst nightmare.
Back to Tatum. Lets the 3 fly. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got 4 assists now tonight.
They're having more success with the three-point shot here in the second quarter as they try to cut into this lead.
On the wing, Reeves takes a 3. Gets the 3 to fall. He's got 10.
And this guy is a competitor. I love watching Reeves answer the call like this.
Pass to Garza. Now here's Tatum. He's covered by Reeves. Outside for Boucher. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Celtics trail by 18. Boucher outside. Simons outside. There's the 3. And Reeves pulls it down.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And Grant, when it comes to a franchise player, how much does it help to have a guy who unites the locker room?
Well, you know, B.A., when you think of guys like LeBron James or a Stephen Curry or Tim Duncan, it's not just about their play on the court, but the type of person you see in the locker room. That can rally a franchise.
Smart right side. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Pass to Ayton. Sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
Now here's Brown. They get the rebound. And so now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Some changes for Los Angeles. Laravia is checked in for Ayton, and Connect subbed in for Smart. Now Los Angeles with it. They're on an 11-3 run. Here's Edwards. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. MP's got 6 here in the quarter.
They're going old school out there now, working the mid-range part of the floor.
Tatum from long range. Rebounded by the Lakers. Reeves has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Outside Tatum. The kick out to White. Back to Tatum. And Reeves pulls it down. Reeves has got rebound number 5 here tonight. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. White for 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. Reeves has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Hachimura. Back to Edwards. Laravia outside. And here's Edwards. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with plenty of breathing room. 23 points to end the quarter. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. More 2K action in just a moment.
You look at Los Angeles, there are some high expectations coming into the season, and they can create a lot of pressure on it.
And looking now at that first half where everything was going wrong for the Boston Celtics.
Their opponent.
Appreciate you joining.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, in the first half, he taught a class on how to make your teammates look good.
What stuck out to me was how easily he read the defense and found those cracks for his guys to exploit.
And now we'll send it over to Allie LaForce for an update on DeAndre Ayton.
Thanks. I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Lakers. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Although it takes a while to completely recover from this injury, he's been given the thumbs up from the training staff to play through it. So that's definitely something to keep track of while he's out there.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. White and Brown are the wingmen. Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. And it's Simons in at the 1. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Los Angeles was a man on a mission. He ended up with 23 points. Add in his passing and his defense, he had a major influence on the game. He had more than his fair share of ink on the scoreboard. I'm sure he wants to repeat that tonight too, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks for the update. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, BA. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028. They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
You see the raw athleticism of Hachimura on that alley-oop, and this boy can get up.
Boston with the ball. Simons outside. From down in the low post, it goes. Simons has got 4 points this quarter.
Wow, he doesn't make those kind of plays too often. Sweet move inside.
Here's MP. And the 17-footer goes down.
Yeah, this defense looks absolutely helpless trying to stop MP right now. He's having his way out there.
Pass to Simons. To the paint. Here's Keita. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
So sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop.
Looking confident inside. At 6'8", Hachimura is more than capable of inflicting some damage down there.
Pass to Tatum from outside the arc. Doncic grabs the miss. Doncic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Up top, Tatum. Hachimura covering. On the wing, Simons. Puts up a 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Tatum's got his 5th assist in this one. MP, a screen on Simons. Hachimura, the pass to MP. And here's Doncic. From deep. Tatum pulls it in. And it's Tatum with the ball for the Boston Celtics. They're getting into the back half of a 4-game road trip. Nice ball movement by Boston. Launches a 3. Counted from distance. Tatum's got 10 points.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. As you know, acquiring a big man was a priority for the Lakers in the offseason, Grant.
And that became a glaring need as we saw in their first-round exit against Minnesota. But enter DeAndre Ayton. A definite upgrade, BA. And we know Luka is at his best alongside a rim-running center.
Simons hits the front of the rim and out. The Lakers lead by 20. And here's Doncic outside. Good. 8 buckets in 12 attempts.
And I know Doncic prefers a straight-on 3-shot, but his touch works just as well there in the corners.
Here's White. Pass to Keita. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Boston making a switch here. Shireman's checked in. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Lakers.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And also attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. MP no good.
Uh-oh. Did he change his mind on the way up? I think he did.
Here's Tatum, and it's Boston scoring again. Here's Doncic. He's got 19. Edwards, a pass to Doncic. They swipe it. White against Doncic. White looking it over. Here's Brown. And Brown rising high for the finish.
Such a great athlete, an elite athlete. JB is at his best, in my opinion, when he is attacking the rim.
Doncic's shot is good.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Back to White. White coming through.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from the inside.
Edwards with it. He's got 21. Misses the 3.
He's not making much of an impact from deep. His sole three-pointer came in the first half.
Okay! Tatum punching it home.
Tatum just has too much bounce right there. Better be careful. You're trying to stop that.
And here's Edwards outside. Good! Another from 3.
Well, as the three-point bombs just keep raining down, he just moved up one more rung on the all-time list for three-pointers in a rookie season.
Well, you got to think he's going to be one of the biggest draft picks in the last decade, maybe 2. Hard to argue with how he's approached his three-point prowess. They've got Connect. DeAndre Ayton is out there with Jake LaRavia. Then it's Luka Doncic, and it's Edwards in at the 2. That's the Laker 5.
Nice shot by MP. Great touch from outside.
And for Boston, they're shooting the rock well at 46%. Tatum inside. He's covered by Connect. A nice shot by Tatum. Tatum's got 14 points now in the second half.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
And here's Edwards outside. Boston pulls it in.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Here's White. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Hayes is checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Hauser comes in for LaRavia. Austin Reeves is checked in for Connect. And it's Marcus Smart in for Dunn. Connects again from distance.
Well, with the way he's been shooting from distance, I can't say I'm surprised that he's now number 2 all-time in three-pointers made during a rookie season. I mean, he has been impressive.
Well, we're talking about some of the best shooters we've ever had in the NBA. I don't think it's an understatement to say we could be witnessing a generational talent.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Here's Keita. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Hayes. And here's Edwards outside. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
And despite the NBA's popularity, some folks criticizing the wide-open style of play.
Yeah, you know, B.A., some of the artistry is lost when guys are mostly hunting for open threes. But for some teams like the Celtics and Warriors, that's been a championship-winning formula. And, well, we all know it's a copycat league.
His three-point shooting kind of dried up in the second half. He is yet to make one after knocking down 3 before halftime.
On target from range.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up.
Look, that's going to happen when Smart gets in there with those trees. If you're a little too aggressive, things can happen.
Good on the second one. The Celtics shooting just 37% since the fourth quarter got started. Tatum lays it up and banks it in. Tatum's gotten 4 this quarter.
See, this is what Tatum is capable of. Look, he is a sensational scorer. Like, yeah, we understand that. But when he gets into a rhythm, whew.
MP no good. And Tatum's got the ball here for Boston. Pass to White. Brown against Smart. Nice ball movement by Boston. To the middle. Here's Keita. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
MP outside. All right, Grant, as someone who played for and managed the U.S. men's national team, give us your all-time starting five.
And, you know, I think I'll go with two of the program's all-time leading scorers, Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony. And finally, you have to have Kobe Bryant because of just how he reset the culture in 2008. It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Lakers.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And their efforts tonight pushed them to 41 wins on the year so far.
And that's a sweep of the season series. It's clear who the matchup favored. They'll wish they could have seen more of these guys.
And what a huge performance it was for MP.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Pass to Tatum. Fires for three. Unable to get that one.
You love to see the competitive fire, but he couldn't sink that revenge triple.
Edwards can't hit. And so it's the Lakers easily grabbing this one. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
All right, let's send it over to the sidelines to Jennifer Quintana.
The headline coming into this game was what your...
That dude wrote a check he couldn't cash.
Back to you, Brian.
Thanks, Jennifer. Thank you for joining us.